Alright, what's going on, guys? Trev back again, here to bring you another video. This one's going to be doing my weekly review for this week's episode of The Walking Dead. This week we got to see The Walking Dead episode 4, season 4. This one was called Indifference. And as always, my reviews do contain spoilers, so for anyone who has not seen the episode yet, those of you in the UK or wherever that don't get AMC, you can go ahead and click the link in the description for the link from Amazon Instant Video. It will be public probably about tomorrow or the next day, so within a couple days from air date. So you can probably see it there sooner than you would see it in the UK. I think in the UK and other places it airs on Friday. But Amazon Instant Video does have it. It's $2 for regular standard definition streaming over the internet. You can watch it whenever you want, or $3 for HD. And they also have a sign up where you can sign up basically free for 30 days to get to see anything on Amazon Instant Video. So any episodes of The Walking Dead, even the season 4 ones, Breaking Bad, and lots of other shows. Put the links in the description so you guys can check out the free 30-day sign-up. Before we get into the review, I want to show off some Walking Dead fan art that Jim Latuzek sent to me, so let's go ahead and check out this one. It's very cool. And I will also put the link in the description to his channel so you guys can go ahead and check out some more of Jim's artwork. It's very cool stuff. So, The Walking Dead Season 4, Episode 4, Indifference. Man, very, very cool episode. Did not see the twist at the end coming, and it's a new occurrence that we've had in The Walking Dead. We've never had a character from Rick's group ostracized or kicked out, so to speak, from the group. This is the first time, and early in the episode I was actually thinking to myself, I was like, man, you know, there has been a lot of concentration on Carol so far this season, more than she's ever had in the past, even with Sophia. Like, even when she loses Sophia, that was very interesting and very well done, I thought, but it didn't really concentrate much on her. I mean, you see the loss, the acting, when Carol's actress, portrays that, and she's all crying and sad and everything, and Rick puts her down and everything, but we haven't really, seen that much from her, I would say, all the way through the series until this season, where she's really, taken into her own, and she's really changed as a character to that level where she's willing to do, some of these types of jobs that no one else will do. And in terms of who I would agree with in this type of situation between Rick and her, I mean, that's a tough one to say, because she's right. They were dying. She was mentioning to Rick that they were basically in a pool of their own blood, and that it was over for them, right? So they were done. She was just putting them out of their misery, basically. But granted, she did do it without asking anyone else or telling anyone else that it needed to be done or anything. She just went and did it. It puts everything in an interesting situation, because now Tyrese is going to want to kill her. Rick is right about that, because he did say, too, that he damn well almost killed him just for being there, and he's basically a mad dog on the loose right now. And Carol did do it, so what would happen if Tyrese found that out? Would he do... Well, the fact that she's a female, I think, would influence things a lot. And Carol's not necessarily scared of him per se. I mean, she's really tough because she's good with knives. She's cruel. She's basically become a sociopath at this time. She fits all of the criteria, I think, for what makes someone a sociopath in our society. Maybe post-zombie apocalypse, she would be considered fairly normal, I guess, or at that stage of one she would be. But compared to us in reality, yeah, she's a full-blown sociopath at this point. So that would be interesting to see how that would go. So do I think Rick made the right call on that one? Oh, that's a tough one. I think that's one where I'll do an entire video just focusing on that topic, is did Rick make the right decision kicking out Carol? That'll be one this week. I'll do a video for that, one of the weekdays this week. Of course, because I got to do the review tonight, predictions video for next week, and then I think that will be the first one I do is, did Rick make the right decision, for sure. So out of all the developments from this week's episode, I think Carol getting kicked out is the most exciting development, and I really like it. It's really interesting for what it does for the future of The Walking Dead, because now you have this other character out there that may resent Rick for kicking her out of the group, when really what she did was kind of the right way to go. you know, and also she's going to be separate from Lizzie. You know, that makes her, you know, puts her in a really, really interesting place for maybe the future to possibly want revenge on Rick. You know, even the scene where she talks about Shane, I love that. You know, I love that previous tie-in with just with the dialogue even, where, and she's kind of right too, that Shane was a threat. He was going to kill Rick, so Rick killed him. Carol viewed them as the same way, and she was there and she saw what kind of state they were in. So she probably did make the right call. So that makes it really, really interesting, I think. And I'll save that for a video because that's one I could talk about long enough just on that topic itself. So definitely a highlight right there. Loved it. Loved the tie-in with Shane. Loved every scene with Carol in this episode. Her fixing the dude, the random guy, they found his dislocated shoulder. Her with Lizzie at the beginning, where Lizzie accidentally, well, not really accidentally, she kind of did it to, you know, kids sometimes will do stuff, or even just people will do some stuff sometimes to kind of feel it out and see how far they can get, which she calls her mom, you know, and then, you know, Carol stops her right there and tells her not to call her mom. But, you know, in a way, it's like Rick is kind of taking away her children from her, her surrogate kids, you know, those two, right, those two girls, which is really all she has left now. So, man, that's going to be interesting to see what happens with that in the future. So great stuff from Carol this episode. I loved it all, every single scene of it. That's the highlight for me right there, the episode. Number 2, the second best thing in the episode, I thought, was the scene between Daryl and Bob. I love the fact that Daryl, you know, he's sort of like the field leader, right? And he brings Bob out on this mission with him all the way there. The guy's basically useless other than capping a few shots on a few zombies, which is not necessarily a good thing because you're wasting ammo, right? And, you know, you probably could have killed him anyways with a knife or whatever the case may be. Then he doesn't get any medicine and he ends up grabbing some alcohol while he's there. So I really love the scene where him and Daryl mad dogs him and gets right up in his face like he wants to kill him right then and there. But Michonne kind of talks him out of it or says, what did she say? I forget exactly. Something's just subtle to sort of, you know, have him let it go and then just move on with it. But I really like that scene. That was intense. Also, I was thinking to myself, like, man, is Daryl just gonna kill him? Is he just gonna kill him and throw him into the zombie, bunch down below, or what's he gonna do? Really exciting stuff. I really liked it a lot, so that was good. And also they're starting to talk about, hey, you know, what were you doing before you joined the group? Who were you with? And then he talks about which one, like which group were you with? Which one? You know, possible tie-ins with the governor there, possible traitor. I guess we'll see what happens with that. But also some animosity between him and Daryl starting to build, which I like too. I mean, obviously, you know, Daryl's really tough and Bob's been shown to kind of be a wuss. But with a gun, I mean, you know, anybody can be tough, I guess you could say, if they have a gun in their hands and the other person doesn't, right? So that's a really interesting development. I really, really like that, the whole alcoholic Bob thing. What about his past? Who is he with? Is there a potential that he knows the governor? Is there something going on there? You know, lots of different possibilities. And then there's also, of course, speaking of, you know, possibilities, there's that guy that was supposed to meet with them, the kid who had the dislocated shoulder, who I don't remember his name. They did mention it, I think, but not important enough to remember. And he was supposed to meet them there, and then he doesn't, you know, and Rick tells basically Carol to start her own group, so maybe she'll go see if she can find him, you know, at least get a group of her own started, something along those lines. That would be cool to see. So that was dark, man. Okay, so first of all, him and his girlfriend, right, the both of them, man, this has the show become darker? Am I the only one who's noticed that this show has overall become darker and sort of like more hopeless for the characters? There's more survivors around from what we've seen so far, but it feels really strange because it feels like the environment itself and the world has become so dark and so hopeless. You know, you've got the girl who's, oh, you feel so bad for her because it's like her leg was busted at some point and it healed, but it never fully healed properly. So she can't run properly, right? She was with some kind of group before. They probably kept her safe. Then they got split up or overrun and they got away. But her leg is busted. So then when she goes to run, right, and a broken leg, then, you know, next thing you know, she snaps her leg and he basically is forced to leave her or does leave her and walkers end up getting her. It does kind of feel somewhat Somewhat strange though, because a lot of the survivors we're seeing, like even the girl at the beginning of the season, it's like they survived all the way until now, and then as soon as we meet them, they die. So it's like, I don't know how, if you had a broken leg, even if it healed over, whatever the case may be, even if they were in really rough shape and they were avoiding walkers and doing all this kind of stuff, I have a hard time believing that they would be able to survive on their own, and then as soon as we meet them, they die right away, or at least one of them does. It's just a little bit, I don't know, a little bit strange there. But it was interesting to see those two, and maybe if we're going to see him again in the future, I guess we'll have to wait and see what happens with that. That was pretty interesting, I thought, and really dark though. When you see the leg there, you see this weird tattoo, right? And then you see the leg just like sitting there. It's like, oh man, that is so brutal. Shows become darker. I was talking the other day about the different direction of the showrunners from season to season. I think Scott Gimple's view is darker, but maybe more realistic to a zombie apocalypse. I don't know. That's interesting and another topic for another video type of thing. But it definitely does feel darker. I will say that. So let's see. Okay, so that was all good stuff. I felt the next highlight for me would be the scene where they actually get into the hospital type place, what was it, a veterinarian hospital or whatever, and there's all the walkers inside, and they're being chased down the hallway and everything like that. Bob's tossing stuff over and everything. Tyrese is like, we can take him. He's not scared to go at him and everything. But Bob makes a good point that if the blood splats in their mouth or their eyes or anything, right, they'll become infected too, which is a good point. So I liked all those scenes where they're being chased through a lot, where they go out onto the roof section and then they end up getting away. It was all really cool stuff. I really like that a lot. Zombie Kill of the Week would have to go to, I think, Tyrese. I'd have to say Tyrese. Now, there was a lot of them, but Tyrese's was really cool. In the dark, with the zombie in the hallway where he grabs it, and then he pushes it up against the wall, and then he bashes his head in with a hammer. I absolutely love that one, because it wasn't just one swing. It was like he pushes it up, and he's like you hear it, and it's like, what was it, like three, I think? Like 1, 2, and 3, and each time you can hear the gushing and the thud of it. Oh man, that was some sick stuff right there. I like to call it a forceful kill. It's like, you will die, type of thing, when he grabbed it. So I like to see that. And I like Tyrese a lot, man. He's a really interesting character. Very, very cool to see him. And, I mean, maybe in the future, if something happens to him, if he dies or whatever, maybe Carol can come back and... I don't know. I guess we'll see. Possibly a tie-in with the comic books. If you guys remember from the comic books where the governor attacks the prison and Andrea shows up out of nowhere with the RV and starts sniping dudes, maybe we could see something like Carol sort of, come in and fill that role. That would be a cool tie-in, so we'll see what happens with that. Very possible. So that'd be cool. Let's see. I like the song at the end. That was from the trailer, right? That was the one from the trailer. I don't know the name of the song. Somebody put it in the description, comments, and vote it up so the rest of us can see exactly what song that was. It was good. I really liked it, and it fit in really, really cool with just them driving back. Sometimes some of the best scenes of The Walking Dead are like, after all this crazy stuff has happened, characters just driving or just living or just like standing there or whatever, with music at the end of the episodes. I really like it. So that was really cool. I like that a lot. We saw Michonne and Tyrese. They had some good little dialogue there talking about the governor, why Michonne is still looking. Maybe she's going to stop looking now. The trail's gone cold. And so nothing yet from the governor either. That's 4 episodes now. No governor. Mid-season finale is coming pretty soon. We got another month, another 4 episodes left. Are we going to see him before the mid-season finale, or is it going to be for the finale of the season? I guess we'll have to wait and see. I'm hoping season finale. I think season finale, or mid-season finale. Sorry, I think he'll show up in the mid-season finale. I'm still saying it. And once we get to episode 6, if we haven't seen him by then I'm going to change what I'm saying and probably say I never said that. But that'll come when the time comes. So let's see. Anything else I wanted to say? Well, I think that's basically it. I mean, there was other things that happened in the episode and other stuff. Really, really well done. I thought it was scarier than usual for The Walking Dead, especially the scene inside the dark building. Some really cool zombie kills. Amazing stuff at the end between Carol getting kicked out, Rick leaving her and driving back, checking his rearview mirror. Really cool stuff with Tyrese and how he just is like reckless and doesn't care, and maybe doesn't know what he wants. Does he want to die? Is he going to let the walker get him? Is he not? What's he doing? All that kind of stuff. And just a really different feel for the show. A very hopeless feel this season. Very different feel from what we're used to last season, where it was all about, Governor Woodbury versus the prison. Now we're dealing with totally different type of circumstances where it's like just surviving over time with this illness and all these different things that are happening to the characters without any kind of, enemy like the governor or anything like that. So very strange feel for this season. Let me know what you guys think about the overall feel. Let me know what you think about the just the dark, just the really, really dark feel that we haven't gotten, I don't think, in much of The Walking Dead. At least not recent. I feel like it's darker this season, just my opinion. And what you think will happen with Carol now? Will she come back? Will she show up? And is Rick making the right decision? I'll do a video about that, like I said, the predictions video. And that's pretty much all I got to say. Another great episode of The Walking Dead. I'm going to give this one a 9.5 out of 10. I thought it was great. Really great and different from what we're used to. Very different, which is good, fresh. And this season has been fresh all around. So anyway, I'll call it here. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me know what your thoughts are about the episode. Yeah, that's it for this video, guys. I'll see you for the next one. This is Trev, and I'm saying peace.